Hi everyone. I just finished filming a tags video, and I'm waiting for my camera, my digital camera to recharge, because I want to take pictures of this look that I just did for my other channel. But since it's not recharged yet, I thought I'd finally do the video, or part one of the depression video that I wanted to do. So here we go. I'm going to start with my history of depression and my relatives. It sort of, I know it's not hereditary, but it sort of runs in my family. My granddad, uncles and aunts, my mum, all have suffered from depression, or cousins and second cousins and other grandparents have suffered from anxiety, or some sort of have had some sort of mental health issue. So but mainly depression is what kind of like runs in the family. I know it's not hereditary, but my psychiatrist did say that if a lot of people in your family suffer from depression, you might have the tendency to suffer from it as well. So that's why I just wanted to kind of like say that yeah, it's like I said, it's not hereditary, but you still can have a tendency to. So if you think you might be suffering from depression and you don't know, check your family history, your uncles, aunts, cousins, parents. If they have suffered from depression and you think you might be as well, chances are you are. So I also want to point out that I've been with this thing for a really long time, around about 8 years or something like that. I was a teenager when I first got it, and not because I knew back then that I was depressed. It was just because now that I'm aware of my condition, or what I have, or whatever you want to call it, I looked back and I thought back of when I was younger and when it started, and I remember that it happened when I was 16, and that was the first episode or crisis, you can say, in my life with depression. So I've had it for a long time. I wasn't aware that I had it. I was under the impression that people who have depression don't eat, don't sleep, they just can't function, and they need to be pretty much taken to hospital or some mental institution, because they just can't function, and they don't speak to anybody, and they just don't function normally. So I thought, well, I'm not like that, so I don't have depression. And I've been thinking that way for years and years and years. Not until one day I came across some info on the internet that gave like all sort of pointers of what you should look for in a person who you think might have depression. One of them was that the person would be very irritable. The person would tend to isolate themselves, withdrawn, sad, very moody, like angry, sad because of no particular reason, or just sad all the time, things like that. And when I read that list, I was like, oh my god, that's me. That they just described me and what I've been going through. So that's when I realized, okay, there's something wrong with me, and I sought help. That's why I'm making this video, because I don't want people to think that what they're going through is not bad enough, so they don't need any help and they should be able to get over it on their own. That's not the case. Because like myself, I thought that I wasn't bad enough to get help. But it turns out that I was isolating myself. I wasn't going out. Every time my friends or my best friend invited me to places that I'd always cancel, or say no, I don't want to go. There came a point where I couldn't, a particular week when I wouldn't be sleeping properly, and I was very restless, and I was getting very irritated and agitated and angry. And I had heard that because the thing is, during that week I was having very, very, very bad nightmares as well. That's why I wasn't getting any rest. So, and I had heard or read somewhere that if you're intoxicated, you don't reach the state of REM sleep, which means that you can't dream. So in my deepest, darkest hour, I decided to give it a go, and I bought a bottle of something. I don't even remember what it was. It was disgusting though. Drank as much as I could, which wasn't a lot, probably half of the bottle or something, and then went to sleep. It didn't work, so I didn't try it again. But I kept having dreams, and I couldn't sleep properly. It was a really, really bad week. And that's when I started seeing my psychiatrist, and I went to see a doctor first, and he referred me to a psychiatrist. He said pills for depression can be prescribed by your GPs, but I wanted to see a psychiatrist because I wanted her to figure out how bad my depression is, if I need to stay on pills for the rest of my life, if there's something wrong with my thyroid gland or anything like that. So I wanted to get a professional opinion on the matter. So that's what I did. Yeah, so that's probably going to be part 1 because I've already been more than 5 minutes. The next part, which is going to be in the next video, is I'm going to be talking about my recovery period. So stay tuned for that.